A mighty wind blew night and day. It stole the oak tree's leaves away, then snapped its boughs and pulled its bark until the oak was tired and stark. But still the oak tree held its ground while other trees fell all around. The weary wind gave up and spoke. How can you still be standing, oak? The oak tree said, I know that you can break each branch in two, carry every leaf away, shake my limbs and make me sway. But I have roots stretched in the earth, growing stronger since my birth. You'll never touch them, for you see, they are the deepest part of me. Until today, I wasn't sure of just how much I could endure. But now I found, with thanks to you, I'm stronger than I ever knew. I know, that's right. It's another poem that I'm using as a basis for a sermon. But this particular poem by Mr. Johnny Ray Ryder Jr. just seemed exceptionally fitting for today. Not only because we are surrounded in this chapel by beautiful 100-year-old oak trees, or that, lately we've also had our share of actual physical storms in the area, but if you take an objective look at yourself and where you are in your life right now, who among us has weathered storms that you honestly never thought that you'd be able to survive, and yet here you are, you find yourself still sitting here today? I'm sure we can all raise our hands to that. Much like the oak tree in our poem, we all weather storms that we never think that we're going to be able to handle. Now, how many of you out there today have weathered a storm, whether it be a physical one or a metaphorical one, that you never thought you'd be able to survive? And yet, hey, look, here you are. Why is that? Have you ever thought about really what it is or why you have made it through that storm? What was it that got you through that storm and helped you survive? Was it love? Was it hope? What is it that kept you going in those moments when you thought you couldn't survive the storm? Those thoughts, words, energies, people, whatever it is that helped keep you going and didn't allow you to topple over are the roots that keep you from completely giving up. Whatever it was that kept you going during those difficult times is what I'm referring to when I speak of having strong roots. It's amazing how many of us weather those storms in our lives that we never think we're going to survive, yet here we are. We have not only survived, but managed to somehow turn those situations into something that we can use not only to learn from, but to grow from. Just like the oak tree from our poem, we continue on. He divines remedies for injuries. He knows how to turn serious accidents to his own advantage. That which does not kill him makes him stronger. I'm going to paraphrase those wise words of Friedrich Nietzsche for us all right now. That which doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, but only if you choose to let it make you stronger. Believe me when I say that it isn't always easy to do more than just survive. But even though it does take time, much like that oak tree in our poem, we can grow our roots stronger. That will help us to make it through life's storms more easily. Now, I'm referring to this as actually a perfect example of spiritualist principle number 7, which, we make the choices as to determine how our lives will go. I completely understand it. While that may not necessarily have complete control over what it is that we are going through, let me rephrase it, I just got tongue tied. We may not have complete control over what happens in our lives. However, we do have control over how we react to what happens. Honestly, that's where the power is. After a storm hits us and we are damaged by that devastation, we will heal. We will feel sunshine again. New leaves, new limbs, new life will grow out of the storms that we weather. Life may be different than it was before, but it will absolutely go on. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Now, how many of you have heard that phrase before? A few of you have, okay. Now, there is a certain irony to those words if you understand who actually spoke them. However, I do believe that he was 100% correct in his assessment. The metaphysical winds are blowing incredibly strongly right now. And most of us are just trying to have to hold our ground while we see other people falling away all around us. Not just physically, but even emotionally and spiritually. How many of us have noticed that the people we honestly expected to always be a part of our lives are now starting to fall away from us? I think that's something we can all relate to. Look at the people around us and how each of us are dealing with life's buffeting winds right now. So many of us are reacting in ways that we really never expected ourselves to. For most people, the world today does present some unprecedented and frightening whirlwind changes to their lives. And I think we can all relate to that, can't we? We can all relate to that. There's a lot of change coming right now very quickly. And things are changing more quickly right now than we are comfortable with. We're feeling tired. We're feeling like our metaphorical bark has been stripped away, leaving us vulnerable and exposed. Hold on in those moments and understand that the storm won't last forever. Remember, it can't rain all the time. Bonus points for anybody who understands that reference. Any Gen Xers out there? There's a few of us that probably get it. When you feel buffeted by the metaphorical storms of life, how can you be strong like the oak tree? First, have faith. Not just faith that Spirit will help you to weather the storm, but faith in yourself and that you have the roots, you have the ability to do more than just survive the storm. Trust that this too shall pass. After all, look at your success rate right now for surviving these storms. It's 100%. Up until this point, you've survived 100% of these storms that have hit your life. While you're taking a moment to kind of look back at all of life's squalls that have swept gray-winged across the obliterated hills, also look at just how you've managed to come out of those squalls intact. Now, one of the beautiful things about life is actually contained in our Spiritualist principle number 8. Put plainly, Spiritualist principle number 8 states, every day is a new beginning. Every day, we have the opportunity to get up and start fresh. Can't you see the morning after? It's waiting right outside the storm. Sorry, everybody, I saw the Poseidon Adventure one too many times as a kid, but you understand the concept. Spiritualism teaches us that we always have the opportunity for a fresh start. Which brings me actually to another reason for us to want to weather life's storms. How about the fact that as we go through our lives, we will all drop symbolic acorns around us that will also sprout into oak trees of their own, that will also help provide depth and strength for others. Now, of course, yes, I am talking about the next generation and how if we can live our lives by example, we can provide them with excellent role models to evolve into. However, I am also speaking about dropping acorns of wonderful ideas, healing thoughts, healing energies, prayers that will assist others in weathering their own storms. So not only am I talking about being a positive role model to live by example for that next generation, but I'm also talking about the people who are currently around you, being that strong oak tree with those strong roots that will help them also to be strong. Sometimes we don't really realize just how strongly that can help by dropping some of our wisdom and guidance for others. But what we really are doing is helping to grow those mighty oak trees of protection and healing to help shelter those people who may not have root systems as strongly as we do. Just by being ourselves and just by giving what we can to try and help make life easier for others, we are giving those other people a chance to grow stronger. We're all growing at our own unique pace, and while some people may be stronger than others, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do whatever we can to provide that bit of extra assistance wherever possible, in whatever form that we are able to do it. By the same token, if you yourself are feeling the weight of the storm on your branches, don't be afraid to rely on the strength of the oak trees around you. And obviously, I am referring to friends and family and loved ones who are around us who are ready, willing, and able to help. We can all help provide shelter for each other and give each other whatever strength is necessary. After all, we are in this life together, right? So why don't we all go together? Why don't we go together to learn, grow, strive, and thrive? Also, don't forget that in addition to that protection that we all have from our loved ones that are here, we also have the blessing of Spirit to help guide us and protect us throughout those rough winds that do shake the darling buds of May, or in this case, September. We may lose our buds, but that doesn't mean that we will never blossom again. After all, the sun will come out tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Or in this case, it's today. We need to know that we are strong enough, that we are good enough, that we have what it takes to weather those storms in life. We can weather whatever comes our way, especially if we know that we are not alone in this, that we are all part of a giant forest of oak trees, so to speak. And I know that I say this a lot, but we also have spiritualism and its light of truth to help guide you to find the sunshine when you can't find it for yourself. As an extension of that, we here at the Christabelle Spiritualist Church, we are here and we are ready to help guide you and help you build the strong, healthy root system that you need to weather those storms. Remember that we are here for you at the Christabelle Spiritualist Church, so please come grow with us.